Roslynn, back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my grown, extended, beautiful family. As always, thank you so much for the love and support y'all been constantly giving me. It's truly a blessing. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste. Love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video, or you're just up, tell me about your empathic gift, how it impacts your life and heading you towards a positive direction. And if you feel like the videos are uplifting, just give you good vibes or inspirations that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath may be going through some trying times at the moment and just needing spiritual guidance or confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share the social media favorites wherever you see fit. And as always, thank you so much for the love and support. It's truly appreciated. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. I'm still listening to the meditation from the channel on Spiritual Moment. I know it's about to end because this was a live and I forgot about that. So if it switches up, that's the reason why. But it's going to deep focus for the next one. Was a deep focus to improve your concentration. No, let me not do that one because I don't know if that one's hypnosis, emotional detox, emotional well-being. So that's pretty good. So anyways, the video I'm doing today is Twin Flame 101. Heyokas. Stay consistent even when it seems like all is working against you. There's so much stuff that's going on right now. It is just like when I say there's like different content creators, like I watch my brother from another mother. He's in the UK, but I know he's let me see how, because I'm trying to be politically correct, so I know he's from over there, like Israeli or something like that, in one of those regions over there. But it's just like I love his energy. His name is Murad. And it's just like, I don't know if it's just because he fasting and he just like, I'm like, Dad, can you bring it down a notch? But he reading people, cutting them with the words. And I don't know if it's just the fasting, because I know that, if you're not eating and all that stuff, that can make anybody cranky. But there's so many different things that's going on right now that will make you feel like, when is it going to come to an end? The struggle is very real. I just feel like that, stressful situations come back to back. And it's just like with this situation, it's very sad. It can make people be angry because all the injustice is taking place, because it was like it just seems like it's hitting almost all minorities. Like, it first was like people of color, then it was people from Asian anywhere, that, and then now it is starting with Middle East and stuff like that. And I said, to my Latina family, because got Latina in the background, stay woke, keep watch, because it just seems like so many different things that if you're not hearing about different injustice going on, it's like people's lives are getting taken, people are being very mean towards other people, using racial slurs. I just watched a girl yesterday, and she's from the UK and she's a person of color. And it was just like a lot of people were like, oh, she's so beautiful, which the girl was. She really was. But then I think she was on Omegle. I said, I don't deal with all them different chat things and stuff like that. And then it was like these racial slurs started just coming out left and right. And it really angered me. And it's just especially how I know that can mess her up at that same time. And I've always been that person. You do what you want to do. You worship whoever you want to. But when it comes, that's the worst thing, and people just got pissed off at me about me saying this in the past. But I feel like, there's people that are like supremacists on whatever they're at. To number one, I always tell people, number one, nobody's all one race. Stop assuming that you are all one race, because somebody done, done tipped over in a different one, and you never know unless you do ancestry.com, 123me, whatever that thing is. 23andMe, I said 123me, Jesus Lord fix it. Or or you dealing with people that are are part of the KKK group. I always felt like you can be okay about your white, whatever you want to call it, because I'm trying not to be sending no negative vibes, but I was always that type of person. If you are proud about what you stand behind, why you got to be, why is your why you got to be in a disguise? Let us be able to see what you're proud of doing, because I always felt like, when I see things in the past, like I've seen certain movies, I used to tell my mom, hey, ain't about to watch this movie, but I'm about to be pissed off for a long time if you got me watching stuff like that. I couldn't watch the movie Mississippi Burning. I couldn't watch movie like Time to Kill, stuff like that. That put me in my feelings. It was like the only movie that I actually saying it took me a minute to actually watch is the Django, and that it had funny moments, but it's just like still with certain things, it get me out of my element of peace, and I just really don't like it. But there's so many different things right now that is like causing a distraction, and it's not saying that people losing their lives is a distraction. That's a very messed up thing for anybody to be taken out. If you don't die in a natural way, I feel like it's, even when you die in a natural way, I feel like it's still hurtful, because there's people that are going to be able to really being able to miss you in that physical presence. But it's just so many different things, maybe just going in your life personally. That's already a whole field within itself that you may be, trying to allow yourself to move forward in. It's a beautiful thing when I constantly hear about the beautiful blessings, something came in after a struggle that's going through. It took me a while at times, to not be bitter about certain things like that, because I used to be like that. And it's just like, I'm happy for this person, but I'm tired of working on my stuff, and it was constantly being blocked. I hate that. But then it's just like I had to get myself in that frame of mind. It's not, even when somebody is going out their way to try to block you, and I had to be able to tell myself that, just to be able to calm my own, my vibration and my frequencies that I've had. It's not the fact that somebody has blocked you, because if you fixate on that situation, like somebody's trying to block you, you're giving them that permission to do that. But at the time when things have been blocked, and I had to see this from an outer point of view, and then I took it from one of my own on the situation I've gone through as well, that you may have not been in that definite alignment to receive what was in store for you. It's not like the fact is it forfeited the whole situation, or you're getting it, but it's just allowing you to be in that complete alignment to do that. You're going through life lessons. It's like with my situation, I had to learn to not speak too soon. You can be happy with things, but a lot of times your happiness has to stay with yourself, because not everybody want to see you happy. Not everybody want to see you grow. There's going to be somebody that you are their mission, okay, to make sure that they don't have any kind of alignment in their lives. You are going with that constantly. I have people that I know for a fact it's like that, and then I got unknown ones. But it's just like the whole point is, I don't have to worry about who is against me. Who I know is for me is what is important. God is for you. However you see your higher purpose in God, whoever you're worshiping, that's the one who is over you. It doesn't matter how many enemies you have, what kind of curses, spells, any heavy mint. I know there ain't no word, but it's about to be one today. Heavy mint on any kind of daggone bogus BS that they're sending into your life. You allow yourself to stay focused on what is good for this coming out of your life, and those things stay there. It's just like if you ever seen a cartoon where they put like a fat cat or something like that in the cartoon, and they were like, okay, like Garfield or something like that. Say, for example, you put Garfield on a treadmill, good and well, Garfield is just good for sleeping and eating. That's the only two things he's good for doing, and having a smart mouth. But if you put him on a treadmill and you keeping something that he loved, like maybe a tuna fish or something like that, a whole tuna, and it has it on that hook, and he's trying to run to get to it. That's basically what God is doing to us. There's some certain things in your life that you ain't gonna like moving forward to do, because it's taking too much, it's taking too long. You have to be patient, you have to be faithful, you have to be consistent. Complacency is not in that vocabulary of what you're wanting to have in your life. And for them to ante up with that situation, they're gonna bring a whole bunch of bogus mess that's coming your way. You're gonna have people out here downplaying your dreams. You're going to have people that are asking you certain things, or even giving you certain directions for you to go opposite of what something good is going to take place in your life, because they don't want to see you grow. And there's nothing personal against you. It's just the fact is, there's times where people feel like they're the only ones who needs to be able to embrace happiness, not realizing when you are taking part in trying to interfere in a purpose that you have been divine connected to, they don't realize they're messing up their own blessing by getting into that situation. But that is the part that they're playing. You right now, us right now, we are on that road of going through it and accepting who you are, what your purpose is, what your mission is. And not saying who you are is in a bad way, but who you are up underneath the scars, up underneath the wounds, up underneath the confusion, the vibrations of whatever is taking place in your life that did not stand in a positive vibration. All these different things that you had to be able to accept within yourself and say, I'm going to work on my strength. I'm going to work on my consistency, working on having the faith within myself as well as in the universe that I'm going to do better than I ever expected, allowing myself to oversee all the goals that I've placed on myself, not allowing myself to stay complacent in one level, but allowing myself to achieve more, and more, and bringing more into my life, being able to be a light worker, not just for myself, but other people that come into contact with me. Let me allow myself to be that mascot, to be able to tell people, yes, it is very hard. You can have different storms that's going to come into your life and wreck shop back to back to back. You're going to have people that's going to turn their back on you all at once when you really, truly needed them the most. And that's allowing you to know you still are cared for, you are still protected, and you are still loved. Even though they have it's just not the fact is they turn their back on you, universe don't turn your direction. And there's a lot of people that you don't feel like, I don't vibrate on the same frequency as them. And it's not seeing them as like, oh my God, no, not that type of situation. But they are not on the same vibrations that you are in. The things that you're being intellectual about, whatever that you articulate without, within the vibrations of you seeing things unfolded, there are going to be certain people that wants to stay oppressed. They want to stay asleep because they already know being unoppressed and being able to become acceptant of all things, that means they're going to have to be held responsible and accountable for their own actions, just not allowing themselves to play the blame game towards other people, but playing their, accepting their parts that they played within that situation, of that being able to be a very aware of the toxic vibrations they may be, projecting out towards people as well as within themselves. A lot of people will do that. When they see you grow, they want to be able to keep you at that same situation. They'll put certain things in your midst to make you go back. There's a lot of times, even your weaknesses may pop up that make you want to go back and say, you know what? This ain't working right. Let me go back and go to this, or things are not moving in that fast, pace that you are hoping they would. But you have to be able to allow yourself to know, good things are coming for you, but it's just not going to come when you're ready for them, because if anything was up to us, we wouldn't have to go through those life lessons of being able to appreciate everything that comes in and out of our lives, for even the pleasant things as well as the unpleasant things that we can allow ourselves to accept and see it as for what it is. Everything had to be beautiful. Everything had to be easy. You didn't have to work hard for nothing. And it's just like, you're not going to have that same gratitude. You're not going to have that admiration of appreciation of what has been brought into your life. If you did not have to go through that vibration of struggle, where would you ever know where your strength came from? Where would you ever know your determination came from? If everybody supported you, but then, you wouldn't know what people to still be around and what not to be around. I feel like I tell anybody, if I ever connect with them, if they have support from their family, and I mean immediate family, biological, whatever, I feel like that is a blessing on all accords. With me, it's just like I have that family in support, but it's like the family has transitioned. I had to be able to cut everybody off in my life that was not that was so quick to misunderstand me or allow themselves to see only one side, and that gave me that, they made it easier for me when it came to that choice. Not saying it was easy for me to walk away from people that I really truly loved and cared for, especially if I've been around them almost my whole life. But just being able to know I have to stand. A lot of times you're going to have to stand on your own for a lot of things, because certain people are just not going to be equipped of understanding the changes you're going through. They're going to look at you like, is you all right? And it's going to be that way. But you have to be able to allow yourself to keep being consistent on yourself. It is going to be a lot of people that are going to quit you, but you can't quit yourself. And I have to tell myself that a lot of times. There's times I'm in my feels heavy. I may be going through something because either something that came up into my vibration, or I'm missing a loved one, or I may hear them, and then all of a sudden that strikes up that of emotion of longing for them, all these different things. And I have to still keep moving. There's a lot of times I just told God, or whatever family member is connected with me from the spiritual world, it's not fair. I'm doing all these different things. I'm trying my best to be positive for every chaotic thing that goes in my life, and it just seems like stuff just keeps getting harder and harder and harder. And it's like, it's not that. Is like you're getting moved out of a zone that you're not accustomed to. You're not accustomed to those situations. You are being moved. You are uncovering a lot of things. And the more you allowing yourself, universe is moving you to another different frequency. Your frequencies steady shifting. And when you're doing that, you might have a lot of headaches because you're having upgrades, downloads, you're getting a lot of insight. The more you're clearing out of your life is leaving room for other things that needs to come in to bring towards your attention for you to be able to understand and know. There was just like, I forgot what video it was. I don't know if it's just like, it was the video I was doing. I think it was the one about revelations or whatever, because that's what it felt like right now. It's like the revelations. Every time I see things, I keep seeing that vision of the Bible, and it keeps hitting on, like I'm seeing different parts of the chapters of Revelations, and that's what the heck is going on right now. And slipped up and said something about genocide, and I was like, what made me think about that? And it's just like all these different things has been going on in these places for so long. Now it's just at that point where people are starting to stand up and say, this is the stuff that we're dealing with where we are. You're able to see, what they're going through, in the most harshest reality as possible. And it's like, for me to say that, and I'm just like, why don't I just, because this is the second time that has happened to me where I done slipped up and said something or used some example, and boom, next thing you know, it happened. That's why I said, okay, let me go ahead and wish everybody financial blessings so y'all can pop up having that. Because I'm like, man, it's like all these crazy things that's going on in the world, and you can say something before it's actually been out, that is, it's actually being said, something throughout the social media platforms and all these different things, and wasn't even thinking about that. I was like, what made me think about genocide, or, all these different things. And next thing you know, boom, that happens. So I'm just sending all people financial blessings. I hope the heck y'all get them, but these are the things that we have to be consistent on. What we're going through is no easy task, and your life probably been filled with that. You've been going through mazes, your whole life probably. I know I have. Like I said, I was doing from the womb. Since I was 3 days old, all hell hit for me. And, it hasn't been any easier, but when I allow myself to really look, as well as you look at your life, even though there may be in so many different things you didn't never feel yourself overcoming, look how far you have gotten so far. A lot of times, I know I've been there as well. I don't want to live anymore. This pain hurts too much. I want to be where my loved ones are at. People don't care about me. I've had that vibration, but it's just like, I've had my family, from the other side. And it's like, look, you aren't ready to, your purpose is not done. We know what you're going through is not something easy. We see what you have gone through in a consistency of, don't ever feel like the enemy has gotten over on you. These are where your strong points are coming at when you are staying, you're staying active in that cause to change your life. Even those times when you want to give up and be mad at the whole daggone world, and you get right back up and go again, because your soul is not going to allow you to quit. Your soul is not going to allow you to do that. It may feel like every person is dead set against you, or they're going to leap bounds to try to make sure that whatever is coming into your favor does not come in fusion. And it is. It really is, and a lot of times it's hard to be able to see that, because it's like the enemy, it is like the enemy of the state all over the place with you. I know when I look at mine, I'm just like, God really makes sure I'm a badass, because he put me right dead smack in the middle of the war. But it's allowing me to see my opponents, even the ones that don't think I see them, I know they're there. And then I have to allow myself to keep going. My hard times has really allowed me to really change how I do things, how I say things. I've been, doing YouTube almost close to 5 years now, almost close to it. January will be a whole 5 years. That is taking place with my life. I used to be happy wanting to, be able to announce my milestone. It's not like something you're bragging about, but just being able to be happy about your accomplishments. And people look forward to that every day, like, oh, good, come on, keep on telling us stuff, because we'll make sure none of this stuff comes out for you. And that's why I always tell people, through those hardships, it allowed me to know a lot of times it's okay for people not to know your whole story. Even when people know your whole story, they see that you don't want to speak it up. And I truly appreciate anybody who's been with me long and they don't bring up certain things. I really truly appreciate that, because it's like, even though that was my life and what brought me here is where I am now. I don't want to identify with anything that has really truly hurt me, that has really caused some kind of major, confusion in my life, where I've had mental constant breakdowns from my situation. But being able to see how that hardship of my life has changed me for the better, allowing me to uncover more parts of myself that I didn't know was there. Being able to see that strength and determination, even when it felt like everything was failing around you, everything is tumbling down. Things feel, it comes at you, making you feel like you're claustrophobic, and you ain't even in a claustrophobic type, environment. But that's that heaviness that you're feeling that makes you feel like, you can't keep going. I'm tired of this. The more I keep pushing forward, or I try to think positive, y'all keep bringing other things in my life. And that's where your strength is coming from. If they didn't put these different obstacles in front of you, you ain't gonna never know how much you were gonna be willing to stay focused on what's truly important. Yes, there are gonna be different people that are gonna constantly want to bring all type of vibrations to you. There'll be people that is trying to get back in your life, that has no good intention on being in your life, because they see the fact that you stay consistent, and they want to come back in your life to see how much more damage control they can do in your life. You allow yourself to be able to appreciate it, like, oh, I see you and I appreciate you connecting with me, but nah, there's a reason why you ain't in my life no more. But I can miss you. But a lot of times, you know how they say, you have to love people from a distance at times. And sometimes you can keep in touch, but keep out of reach. It's like my situation and how I seen how people I know that does not want good for me, they come back, and and sometimes they have these low vibrations that felt like she's by herself, so she has no choice but to connect with us. Keyword choice. I'd rather be by myself in a situation where I feel like I'm totally alone, even though I'm not, but totally alone, than have to worry about what kind of intentions you got for being up in my face. Are you here because you're being genuine, or are you trying to see what you can profit from certain things, or are you trying to see how you can block things from me? And I have to really truly appreciate those past experiences, because it allowed me to go, even when it feels like the world's against me, as long as God got me, that's the only thing that matters. It's okay for people not to know my whole story. It's okay for people not to believe me or do believe me. Whatever anybody's opinion about my life doesn't change my experience, but it allowed me to really see the beauty out of some ugly situations, and that's what you have to see within everything that you do. There is going to be a beautiful part in what was seen as a very ugly situation for you. And, your blessings are coming. Your blessings are coming. They are so much closer than you ever realize, and that's why things come hard at you, because darkness knows when blessings are coming. They want to work hard on trying to make you feel like, God has lied to you. Universe is just talking out of the side of their neck. You have cut off and been, you did everything they asked you to sacrifice, but yet your stuff is not still here. Or you see a lot of people getting blessings around you, but yet yours is still not here. And it's like they want to be able to do that. Number one, your blessings are not on a time lapse. It's not on a timer where you have to have it at a certain time or you have to be a certain age to be able to accomplish certain things. All happen for a reason the way it is. You are right in the exact space you need to be. Just because your blessings has not came in yet don't mean they're coming. If you're staying consistent with what is going on in your life, you're being honest about yourself, honest to yourself about yourself on what needs to change, what needs to stay in focus, and what needs to keep out of reach. Allowing yourself to place that love in yourself that wasn't reciprocated from other people that wanted you to sacrifice your worth, your self-respect, your joy, your peace, and your happiness. You have to be able to appreciate that, because all that allowed you to love yourself where it wasn't love there before. You were trying to use an exterior motivation instead of going in interior. So trust and believe everything that you're going through. It is something. There's something beautiful brewing within your frequency, within yourself. Even within your environment. You may not see it. When you allow yourself to see the change, all things change around you. So, I hope you were able to resonate with that video. I would love to give a post notification shout out to Michelle Richardson, Lizzie Ave, Miss Jen, Divine Angel, CYB, and Lion Kingdom. Much love to you as well. Thank you for stopping by. I know there's some of my soul fam I need to stop by their channel. I have not did it lately. I've been going through my own craziness. That's not an excuse, but I'm going to be by there. If not today, sometime this week. Just send my love towards y'all, because it's been crazy. So, like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Drop a line. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me. Like I always say, at the bottom is description box is where I keep all my contact information, in case you want to do like a tribe one-on-one, Heyoka one-on-one. Either if you have questions about your path or questions about certain things that may be taking place in your life, or you may want to share experiences with me that you really don't feel comfortable on the tube of view, which I totally understand. Whatever we talk about is confidential, so whatever we say stays there. Like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, drop a line, share. And I hope whatever you're manifesting comes so much bigger and better than you ever imagined, comes sooner than you ever expected. You never know what somebody's going through these trying times that's taking place in our lives. Make sure you send love and prayers, protection, healing for everybody, because right now it is hitting everybody in the most craziest way. So make sure you give out love, light, and positivity, rise vibes, frequencies. You never know. All the things that's taking place, that can really take somebody a long way. And I'll see you on my next video. Much love to you. Peace.